Guys, Coach Kurt. So this is my follow-up video, striking for Taiho Jutsu. And this is more or less going to be my methodology, the way I teach modern police concepts method of Taiho Jutsu. Just like any other grappling system, and I consider Taiho Jutsu primarily grappling joint manipulation system, again, for control tactics, use of force, has to be objectively reasonable. That's Graham v. Connor. We've talked about this kind of case law before, but it's super important to understand that Taiho Jutsu is a police system of martial art, basically. So, Taiho Jutsu uses your classic concept behind the Temiwaza, entering, again, objectively reasonable ways of striking, more force now equals less force later, so it's okay to put a little juice on your strikes, but you cannot overdo it. The whole point is so you can get in to clinch range, so you can affect the arrest, or to get out of the clinch range to get to your duty gear, or to reposition and so forth. So your striking is going to be all your knees and elbows and cross jab, those kind of strikes that you will see in pretty much any other system. But we don't do extensive sparring. When we do randori, rolling in jiu-jitsu, but randori in Japanese systems of jiu-jitsu and so forth, randori is freestyle, meaning you have somebody who's resisting you and you're resisting them. And to keep it safe, to keep people from getting hurt, it's pretty much just straight up grappling. So you have to practice your striking on the side. Now, it's important, you see top right, what I call flow sparring, where we're going in and out of the clinch in the trapping range. This is why you see me working on the wooden dummy. Again, this is not Wing Chun. I have never trained Wing Chun. I have a Kaji Kembo background, hence how I use my wooden dummy. But that's neither here or there. You see in the top right that we're doing the flow drill or the flow sparring. It's light, it's playful, and we're going in and out of the clinch range. We're not going for the takedown. We're going for the clinch, and we're going for the control the position, and then we break and go back into it. And we're doing it without gloves because there's no reason to have gloves if you have a good partner that knows how to flow spar with you. You got to understand that this is not full power sparring whatsoever. It's playful. You got to keep it playful, keep it fun. A very dirty boxing range, as you can see. Again, this is why I enjoy using the wooden dummy as a training method. And the kind of strikes I use as far as kicking, I'm a big fan of, I steal a little bit from Muay Thai, but I also keep the kicks that I learned in Kaji Kembo. I pretty much have abandoned Hapkido style because, as you know, I have a 5th dan in Hapkido. I've abandoned most of my Hapkido concepts as far as how I kick when I was back in the day doing Hapkido. I've kept the Kaji Kembo way of kicking, and which is more of your Southern Kung Fu. If I were to compare it to something, I would compare it to kind of like Wing Chun and Muay Thai had a love child together. That type of kicking. As you can see, it's very influenced by Muay Thai, especially that lead leg jab kick. I call it just a jab. It's a teep in Muay Thai. As you can see, I enter the, I like to cut the angles, and using those vertical strikes. My striking from Kaji Kembo is definitely an influence, but I've also a student of what you would call old school fisticuffs. Boxing before you had your today's style of boxing rules. Again, I would compare it similar to something you would see in JKD or Wing Chun, but it's definitely not those two systems. Very, very Jack Dempsey, old school bare knuckle boxing influence, but definitely in the clinch range and the trapping and redirecting that you're seeing me practice with my training partner. That is because in Taiho Jutsu, you're going in and out of the clinch. If you want to arrest somebody, to control them, the best way to do it is to clinch with them. The old school method that you would see in Aikido or Hapkido, I have nothing against those systems. I've cross-trained extensively in Aikido because of my Hapkido background. We also taught Aikido at the school that I trained in back in the day. Also, Hapki Usul, which is basically old school Hapkido, which is why the way I did Hapkido was not as flashy as a lot of modern Hapkido. But even then, you see the difference in how it's done. I believe in striking to get to the clinch range, the trapping, redirecting, the dirty boxing range, and that is the whole concept. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Please like, subscribe, and share.
Let's roll. Hey, let's be careful out.